On this episode of ResiWeek, CTA estimates holiday spending, centralizing or localizing your equipment, and CEDIA hires a new VP of Education. All this and more on this episode of ResiWeek.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
This is ResiWeek, episode 301, Conclusion Bias.
Support for AVNation is brought to you by
Peerless AV, driving technology through innovation.
Welcome to this episode of ResiWeek. This is your weekly roundup of all the latest news and stories for the residential AV industry. I'm your host, Matty Scott for AVNation.tv, and this week I'm pleased to be joined by two of my good long-standing friends. First, we have the one and only Mitchell Klein. He is the executive director of the Z-Wave Alliance. How you doing, Mitch?
Hey, doing great. Glad to be here with you and Henry again. Always love it.
That's fantastic. The Henry that Mitch is referring to is Henry Clifford. He is the president of Livewire and the co-founder of Parasol. How you doing, Henry?
I'm awesome, Matt, and great to be with you, Mitch. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
I'm glad that both of you are here. We're going to have a great show, which we're going to kick off with a story that comes to us from CE Pro. The CTA has a study that is estimating consumers are going to increase their holiday spending over, obviously, this holiday season, October to December. Now, before you get blown away and super excited, it is only a 0.5% of an increase over 2020. Which had I believe, a minor bump, like a 0.2% bump over the previous year. That being said, it's still an increase, which is good. The top 5 holiday spending tech wish items are smartphones, laptops, notebook computers, wearables, televisions, and of course, video game consoles and tablet and e-readers. Video games, if you can stinking find one. So don't get too excited about that one because they're still not around. Mitch, I want to start with you on this. We always see tech being a hot topic in holiday spending. What is going to affect our world from an increase in likely tech spending again when we're finding supplies are already, shall we say, difficult to find?
Yeah, they're difficult. But first of all, let's talk about, what is it, the 0.5% increase?
Yeah.
Have you gone shopping for anything lately? So, to me, 0.5% increase doesn't mean they're buying more. It just means they're paying more, probably, for what they were going to get in the first place. Not that I'm a cynic, but honestly, I just did grocery shopping yesterday. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? It's the same stuff. And so in terms of the tech, the cool thing about tech is there's always the expectation that I'll wait, the prices will drop. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that's going to be the case. I can tell you from a silicon perspective, we're seeing increases of 20 to 70% just on the little chips, which of course then you start adding in the challenges in terms of logistics, which has been written about like crazy. So I guess I would have to say, if tech is on your list, buy it already. Yeah. If you're working with customers and you like to provide them with some Christmas options, get them in your warehouse now. Don't wait for the orders and then just sell what you have. Because I can pretty much assure you, if you have it, someone's going to buy it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Henry, you're one, I'm glad you're here in general, but I'm especially glad you're here because you're one of the few integrators I know that has a nice big showroom. You have an experience center. You have a place where people come to look at tech, which a lot in our industry don't do that as much anymore. What approach can integrators that have that, some form of retail environment do to try and take advantage of this? Because as Mitch alluded to, everything is in hot demand. I had someone on one of my Facebook local groups who's been trying to find a PS5 for like 6 months, and she still can't find one. What can you do as a retailer or someone with a retail environment to try and take advantage of that?
Yeah, that's a great question. and at the end of the day, just like with this conversation today, it's all about people and relationships. So we've got this appointment only environment, and we have some relationships, which mean that if you want to buy certain things in our market, you got to come to our design center and try out the products. I feel like there's some speakers that we offer where there's an exclusive arrangement we have where there's only a few places in a 50-mile radius where you can come and audition these. So anything experience related becomes a huge asset. And then combined with the fact that some of these folks aren't having or have made it so that the supply chain issues aren't as much of an issue for us. So we've taken these niche areas, whether it's high-end 2-channel or some of these other areas where you might have American production. I mean, I know some of the guys who turn the machines that make these products. So they're not on a boat trying to get into the Long Beach harbor right now. They're in Detroit, or they're in Ann Arbor.
I was going to correct you on that.
Indianapolis somewhere, right? What's that?
I was going to correct you on that. It's not Detroit. It's Ann Arbor.
Well,
Okay.
actually, there's another outfit that does manufacture in Detroit. Yeah, no, it's cool. Shinola watches.
Yep.
That's true.
So, I think for us, it's understanding. Okay, fine. There's things we can control and can't, in what I call the battle of next week. And so, as a result, what are those assets versus liabilities? There's plenty of liabilities. That's all everybody ever talks about. But our assets are these niche product lines where, thank goodness, the personas of the folks that do business with us, those are the things they're attracted to. So I'd say if I'm an integrator out there watching this or listening to this, I'm looking in the mirror and go, hey, what am I offering that I can't just go up the street to the Best Buy and pick up? What are some unique experiences or products that I have to offer? And that might even have American, manufacturing, and props to outfits like Leon and Klipsch and some of these other folks for pushing hard and making their products, right here so that we don't have supply chain issues.
Hey, thanks for watching the first segment of this week's episode. To catch the entire show, please click the link below or visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.